Have you ever stopped to think that the same tech that serves you cat videos and dance challenges is now at the absolute center of how we pick our leaders? Well, we're going to take a 26-year trip back in time to see how technology went from being this little political curiosity to pretty much the most powerful force in modern elections. It's a wild story of huge optimism, a major reality check, and a future that's coming at us way faster than we're ready for.
Okay, so it all started right here. Look at the left. That's 1996, the very first campaign websites for Bill Clinton and Bob Dole. Seriously, they were basically just online flyers. Now look over to the right. That's our world today. It's this incredibly complex web of data-driven ads, algorithms that know what you want to hear, and now, generative AI. So the real question is, how on earth did we make this jump in less than a generation? And what if we gained or maybe lost in the process?
To really get what's happening today, we've got to go back to the beginning. And it's kind of hard to remember this now, but there was a time when new technology felt like a promise, not a problem. Back in the early 2000s, tech wasn't a threat to democracy. Everyone thought it was going to be its greatest new tool, a way to finally plug everyone into the political conversation.
And then, boom, in what felt like the blink of an eye, everything exploded. Just look at this timeline. It was a total whirlwind. MySpace in '03, Facebook hits in '04, YouTube in '05, Twitter in '06. Each one of these created a new, direct pipeline from candidates to voters. It all came to a head in 2008 with Barack Obama's victory, which people immediately called the first Facebook election. The entire game had just changed, forever.
Nothing, and I mean nothing, captures the peak of this techno-optimism quite like this story right here. Back in 2011 during the Arab Spring, social media was being celebrated as this amazing tool for liberation. It helped protesters organize, get their message out to the world. The belief in its power was so real, so profound, that a family in Egypt literally named their baby daughter Facebook. I mean, what a powerful symbol for a time when these platforms were seen as this incredible force for good.
So here's the key thing to understand. These platforms weren't just building audiences, they were building what experts call social capital. This wasn't just about getting likes or followers. This was about creating the kind of digital trust and community that could convince thousands of people to physically show up in a town square. It was turning online chatter into actual real-world action.
And this quote from Mark Zuckerberg way back in 2006 just perfectly captures that original vision. The core idea was super simple. The more information that flows freely, without restriction, the healthier our democracy will be. It was this idealistic, super optimistic worldview that, well, looking back now, it was also incredibly naive. Because that idealism, it was about to have a head-on collision with reality. The very same tools that were being praised for empowering people were about to be exposed for their scary ability to manipulate them. The reckoning was here.
So what happened? What broke the dream? It wasn't just one thing. It was a massive political earthquake that shook the whole world, the 2016 election cycle. From the Brexit vote in the UK to Donald Trump's win in the US, everyone suddenly woke up to a really chilling fact. That amazing tool for democracy had been turned into a weapon.
To understand how this happened, you have to look under the hood at the invisible engine driving everything, the algorithm. Just think of it like your own personal content curator, but its only goal is to keep you on the platform. It learns what gets you excited, what makes you angry, what you'll share, and then it just feeds you more and more of it, creating this little personalized reality bubble, just for you. And all of a sudden, that optimistic dream of a connected world felt a lot more like a nightmare. The system wasn't just being used, it was being exploited on a global scale. We started hearing these crazy stories about teenagers in Macedonia getting rich by making up fake news. The Cambridge Analytica scandal hit, and then we learned about these massive foreign interference campaigns. The trust was just gone.
This huge public backlash forced a massive, massive change. The tech giants had to go from being the cheerleaders of democracy to being reluctant referees, trying to blow the whistle on a game that they created but frankly couldn't seem to control anymore.
I mean, this slide just shows you the pivot in black and white. Before 2016, it was all about growth. Let's make new tools for candidates, help with voter outreach, let's even co-host debates. After 2016, the whole conversation shifted to damage control, fighting foreign interference, trying to police misinformation, and creating ad transparency. The party was definitely over. So in response, the platforms rolled out this whole new set of integrity tools. They built these political ad libraries. You could at least see who paid for an ad. They started slapping fact-checking labels on things. They set up these so-called war rooms to monitor for threats in real time. And, maybe most controversially, they created deplatforming policies to kick people off for breaking the rules. But the big question was always there. Were these real fixes, or was it all just a big PR move?
But right as we were all starting to sort of get our heads around the rules for social media, a brand new player entered the game. And this one threatened to make everything we just learned totally obsolete. I'm talking about artificial intelligence.
And the new problems are already popping up. Political ads are basically escaping into the shadows. We have some transparency on social media ads, but now that money is just flooding into places like streaming services and podcasts. As you can see from this chart, it's a new black box. We have almost zero idea who's paying for the ads you might see while you're binging your favorite show.
But the real, true game changer is generative AI. This isn't just about making slightly more believable fake news. This technology can create a world where you literally cannot trust your own eyes and ears. It can spit out hyper-realistic fake images, audio, and videos, what we call deepfakes, instantly, and on a scale that's just impossible to comprehend. The potential for chaos and distrust is, well, it's off the charts.
And listen, this isn't some far-off futuristic fear. Just listen to this pretty sobering take from the European Research Council. They say we haven't yet seen a major election-swinging scandal caused by a totally fake AI-generated story. But they finish by saying, the key question is not if this will happen, but when.
So, where does all this leave us? After this absolutely wild 26-year ride, from basic web pages to algorithmic warfare and now to the dawn of AI, we're left with way more questions than answers, and the stakes have never, ever been higher.
And this is not a future problem, this is a right now problem. 2024 is the biggest election year in all of human history. Billions of people are going to the polls in the US, India, the UK, the European Union. This year is going to be the first huge global stress test of our democracies in the age of AI. We are flying completely blind here.
And that brings us to the one question that really matters more than anything else. Technology has made political campaigns smarter, faster, and way more persuasive than we could have ever imagined. But as the tools of influence evolve at lightning speed, can we, the voters, actually keep up? The future of democracy might just depend on it.